My name is Maria Sestero.
My name is Judy Lay.
My name is Amy Nigo.
My name is Brian Lee.
I'm here today just because I wanted to have more representation, and I feel like I don't see a lot of people with my body type out there.
I've been struggling with not loving myself and not loving the way I looked, and that was not cute. I didn't like I wasn't confident, so I found out that being in front of a camera really made me feel confident and made me feel like a whole different person. It gave me like bad energy.
I just thought this was like a really good opportunity since it's about my body and sex positivity. Like, it's something that means a lot to me because I feel like I didn't really start to become positive about myself and like understand the like necessity of it until college. So it'd be really cool to just like spread like what I found within myself to hopefully other people.
My name is Natalia Ramos.
My name is Tanya Sangupta.
My name is Mackenzie Ty Murphy.
Well, body positivity means to me is having confidence in one's body and not judging others, to accepting everyone for their different shapes and sizes and just loving each other.
For me, it means just being comfortable in my own skin, being confident.
Our word means like positivity. It means like when you're confident the way you look and like your outer looks, and you don't care like what other people are thinking about it, and you can in fact project the positivity that you have in you despite how you look.
I'd say it took me a long time to actually be confident with my body because I was just very, very insecure like throughout my whole life. I used to have an eating disorder as well, so I was actually underweight for a time. And I've also been overweight, so I've kind of been through all the stages. Nobody can give you confidence. That's just something that you have to work on yourself, and it took me a long time to just not care what other people were thinking of me. And I'd say that that journey definitely ended just now, within this year, where I stopped caring what anybody else thought of me. And I just like pushed everything aside and I just did not care anymore. To anyone who else is struggling with their body image, I would say to read some self-help books, which definitely helped me, and to follow more positive TikToks and Instagram accounts, and just don't surround yourself with the negative body images out there, like the ones that tell you that you have to be skinny. Anything that puts you down, just don't follow it. You don't have to.
I used to struggle with my body image, especially during high school. I was on a girls' track team, and a lot of my teammates were very like small-framed people, but every day they would complain that they were like fat and like big as whales, and I was like a little bit like bigger than them. Even when they said that things like, oh, like Judy, you have like a big butt or something, like that didn't make me feel good. It just made me feel fat like at the time. But then when I came to college, I actually did gain like the freshman 15, but instead of being like a bad thing for me, it actually helped me accept myself more, because like the 15 pounds, like I looked at myself and I was like, oh, like I actually look pretty healthy, and like I feel like I just like the way that like my body curves and stuff like that, and it helped me understand like to accept my body like at that moment for like the way it was. And it also taught me like that importance is like kind of up to me and not up to others. Like how others like view me is like kind of their own business, but it's like really important for me to accept myself. And so ever since then, I feel like I've been like very happy with like the way I look, and when I want to lose weight or gain weight, it's really like up to just like more like health and like how I'm feeling, rather than like me trying to look a certain way.
As a kid, I was like a very skinny person. So, and suddenly because I got diagnosed with thyroid, So I started gaining weight, even though I tried taking medications, and it was borderline, so it wasn't like something major, but still it affected my body weight. So I was like changing, my whole body was changing in that process. So, you know, accepting that change, it was like a bit of a work. But I was like, you know, that shouldn't matter, like that shouldn't like define me as a person. It should like things that I achieve or do should define me. To be honest, I'm still in the process of like loving myself completely with the way I look, but I think I've overcome the phase where I used to hate myself for the way I look. So I'm like working on, you know, the kind of dressing that would make me look more presentable or would give me more confidence and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely improved now than before.
I can never find any clothing that fits. And I remember, I guess, a few years ago, a few more than a few years ago, I was looking up clothing for like extra small, because at that point, yeah, that's all that was gonna fit, and it's hard to find. But I found some, and I think it might have been J. Crew, except when I went to look that up, like all the news articles about it were like, oh, this is terrible, how dare they do this, it's, they're essentially body shaming people, they shouldn't have clothing this small, no one really looks like that. And all the comments in the articles were like, yeah, it's terrible, how could you how could you be so supportive of this unhealthy, gross, like skinny anorexic body type? Meanwhile, the extra small were still too big, which, you know, I expected, but they weren't that small. And so the reasoning J. Crew gave they had the size was that they had a lot of Asian clientele with smaller women, but that sort of got lost in the shuffle. So my body type for tiny Asians, it's not something you see in America. You don't get clothing this small. You get clothing for petite women, but petite women who are like 5'2", 5'3", 4'7", so there's quite a difference there. I got really irritated at the time. I'm just like, well, like, you all want to spout body positivity, but you need to do it on both sides of the scale.
Like mainstream media has like a very like two ideal body types, like either you're super tall and skinny or you're like a perfect hourglass figure. And like I feel like I do go more to the hourglass figure, but I feel like it's not as perfect as mainstream media wants it.
No one is like ugly. Everyone is beautiful, and so you need to like find that beauty spot in you and like really love it. Basically, like with that spot that you love, you will grow into loving the entire of you.
Like tell yourself you're beautiful, you know, like you deserve that, and like the best person to hear it from is yourself, because like if you don't believe it, like who else is going to believe it? I think that's the best confidence, because anybody that hears that will be like, wow, like, you know, that person is like very beautiful, and the way that they hold themselves is like beautiful, and maybe somebody else needs to see that as well, and they'll find like inspiration from that.
You can eat whatever you want and still look beautiful, because you'll see me in 30 minutes scarfing down a big fat burger and then loving myself right after. I love my avocado socks and slides. If I was wearing like sneakers or anything else, I would not feel as confident as I am right now. So wear what makes you comfortable, put on some makeup, do something that makes you feel like the best version of yourself.
I think that body positivity is just like, it should be a bigger conversation than it actually is, and it really does involve everyone, because anybody can be insecure, and the goal here is to make everybody secure.
Stop caring what people think, stop caring what society tells you should look like. Just be healthy and happy. And I'm still struggling with the healthy part, but at least we're getting to the, you know what, I'm fine with happy.